let's be honest. Foreigners in Japan will never fit in, like ever. You're never gonna fit in. You can speak fluent Japanese, you can understand every cultural rule, you can live here for 10, 20, or 30 years. You can marry a Japanese person, raise Japanese children, own property, pay taxes, and even become a Japanese citizen and get that sweet passport. And to many Japanese people, you will still be a foreigner. Now, personally, I did not move to Japan expecting to fit in, especially as a Black woman. I knew before I even hopped my ass on that plane, I was gonna stand out. Because I stand out in my own country. So of course, I'm gonna stand out in a homogenous society. There was never going to be a situation where people looked at me and assumed I was Japanese. I knew that. But you know what? I had my intentions right. Okay, I didn't come here for the bullshit. So this is not some emotional realization where I suddenly discovered that Japan would never fully accept me. I already knew that shit, and quite frankly, I don't give a shit. But knowing it before you come here and actually living with it every day are two different things. Because being a foreigner in Japan is not just about how you look. It can affect how people speak to you, how seriously they take you, what they assume you understand, and whether they see you as somebody who genuinely lives here or as somebody who is temporarily visiting. You can speak Japanese fluently, and some people will still try to speak English to you. I said this in another one of my videos already. You can have a Japanese spouse, and people may still speak directly to them instead of speaking to you. Hell, you know what? Your spouse might not even take you seriously, and that's just real, on some real shit. They might be happy that they married a foreigner, yeah, hip hop hooray, but do they really like you? That's for you to find out. Especially, because there's just some obsession with certain looks, not just with Japanese people, but that's just a whole nother topic. But it's happening in America with a lot, with my men and stuff, and I don't know, bro. Anyways, you can understand the entire conversation in Japanese, and people might still talk about you like you are just not even standing there. And yes, sometimes it seems like harmless curiosity. I get that. Some people are genuinely trying to be friendly, or just they don't know, like, that they're being a nuisance, a personal boundary and space nuisance. But this just goes into, sometimes it really just is ignorance. Sometimes it is exclusion, and sometimes it is discrimination. Now, can you distinguish which one it is with every single person? No. And if you try to do that, then bro, you are just going to be wasting your life. I promise you. And sometimes it is simply the reminder that no matter how settled your life becomes here, the people around you may still see you as an outsider first. Japan is often marketed to foreigners as this peaceful, magical place where everything is clean, convenient, respectful, and full of anime memorabilia. And Japan can be a lot of those things. And there's been many videos on this where like Japan is just getting too much glaze. I even have one of them, I think. But this is real. People romanticize this country so much that they do not want to hear anything that makes that fantasy less comfortable.
Do Japanese people actually hate foreigners right now? If you believe in those headlines saying tourism is killing Japan, you might be thinking we're all picking up our pitchforks, ready to chase you off the island. But let's be honest for a second here, right? Do we sometimes blame foreigners for every single piece of garbage that we find on the streets? Yes.
Oh my gosh, you fucking people are annoying and you need help, okay? The second a foreigner talks honestly about isolation, discrimination, housing issues, workplace treatment, or constantly being treated like a visitor, somebody responds with, "Then why are you living there?" Then why are you living there? Because apparently you are only allowed to live in Japan if you agree to shut up and be grateful for every second of the day. Which I feel like, it should be like that within reason anywhere you live, because I've said this before, there are pros and cons to everywhere. You have to pick and choose which daily battle you want to fight. You can love living somewhere and still recognize its problems. You can build a good life in Japan and still admit that you will never be treated exactly like a Japanese person. Those two things can exist at the same time. And I am not saying every Japanese person treats foreigners badly. Obviously not. I have met some amazing people here, and I have built relationships, created a life, and experienced things that I would never trade. But individual kindness does not erase the wider reality. Foreigners are often expected to adapt completely while also accepting that complete adaptation may never make us insiders. That is the contradiction. Learn the language, respect the culture, follow the rules, contribute to society, but understand that for many people, you may still be the foreigner before you are anything else. And for foreigners of color, especially Black foreigners, that visibility can be even stronger. You do not get to blend into the background. Before you open your mouth, people already have assumptions about where you're from, how you behave, what language you speak, and why you are here. That does not mean your life in Japan has to be miserable. It does not mean you cannot find a community or create a home here. It just means you have to come here with your eyes open and your intentions right. Do not move to Japan expecting the country to validate you. Do not destroy yourself trying to become acceptable enough, quiet enough, fluent enough, or culturally perfect enough to finally be considered one of them, because you're never gonna be one of them. It's never gonna be you. It's just never gonna be you, because that moment will never come true. Build your life, keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Learn the language because it makes your life easier and gives you independence. But learning the language does not help you become one of them. That point I do want to get across. Respect the culture without erasing yourself. Find people who see you as a full human being, not a foreign curiosity. And stop confusing living somewhere with being fully accepted by everyone who was born there. Japan can become your home. No matter how long you live here, there will always be people who remind you that in their eyes, you are still a foreigner. That's not bitterness. That's just reality. Okay guys, so that is it for the video today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you know anybody who is like this? Do you know anybody who has issues as a Japanese passport holder, or who is married to a Japanese spouse but still struggles with fitting into society? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Okay guys, bye.